Well, howdy, howdy, howdy. Nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and to all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this, a brand new day. And remember, no matter who you are valid. Well, son of a gun, it is in fact a brand new day. Last time I was out, it was gray, overcast, but still wild, windy, kind of warm. It's also threatening to be sunny periodically, so not quite sure how that's going to work out. Walk to New York. Walked to Walmart and back as physical therapy for my injured knee. I stayed in all day yesterday after a walk to Walmart just so that I wouldn't injure my knee any further. Today, I'm doing the same thing. It felt better. I was walking back because I didn't stick to regular roads. I walked on dirt and rock roads through fields because I'm smart. And my foot at one point went like this, and there was a sharp ow inside of my knee. So I very quickly walked on flat level ground again. It kind of went away, and it hasn't bothered me since, but I shouldn't have walked on that unlevel ground. Life is life. Front and back is fine. That's where my ankle is, and so that's where my knee bends fine. Side-to-side movement of your foot pulls on your knee in different directions, and that wasn't great. Yay. I have written down a few things. I can't remember if I mentioned that before, that I had done so, but I have, because ADHD. One thing that's really weird that is going on. I had originally taken Ritalin. Now, my blood pressure used to be like 139/71. And then I took Ritalin. And it was fine for the first 3 months. And then when I went, I'm doing great. I don't even need to check my blood pressure anymore. So I stopped checking. That's when it started to go like this. So when I did check it, because I wasn't feeling great, it was like 200/100. At which point I went, oh no, and stopped taking it. It had been a struggle to get my blood pressure down, and then I finally had to go on a blood pressure med to get it down. At which point, foolishly, I tried Concerta. My blood pressure is out of control again. The thing is, when I take Ritalin, anyone with ADHD has a tinnitus, ringing in your ears. I have that anyway, but can normally ignore it. It's the ADHD tinnitus. When I take Ritalin, or when I took Concerta, that slight ringing that I could just ignore goes loud and ramps up in pitch. So when I was taking Concerta again, it just went high-pitched kind of electronic whine. It's still doing that. Now, it doesn't do it all the time. I get that high-pitched Ritalin whine in my ears when my blood pressure goes up. So I can tell when my blood pressure is going up because and it gets louder. The thing on that is, when my blood pressure goes up, I stop being time blind. And I have no idea why my blood pressure is a part of my ADHD. Because, again, the blood pressure goes up and time slows down. Because normally, years pass like months, months pass like weeks, weeks pass like days, days pass like hours, and hours pass like minutes. I'm experiencing life at 5 times speed. But when my blood pressure goes up here, time just goes down to 1 second per second. I have gone through, in this past week and a half since I quit Concerta, I have had times where I have felt exhausted. I had done so much. It was a full day. I mean, I had taken my time and done so much. It was a full freaking day, and I was ready to go to bed. And it wasn't even noon. And I'm not used to time passing at 1 second per second. So that's weird to have normal time, to be experiencing time like everybody else does. I don't know what to do with myself during those periods. I'm used to blink, blink, blink. Oh, it's time to go to bed. I didn't even realize, oh well. Now it's, oh, blink, 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 and just 3 blinks pass. Yay. But still, it's nice to be not time blind, but it's not nice that it takes my blood pressure going up, which is taking time off the end of my life. What else do I have on my list here? Oh yeah, I was talking about my knee. That was good and important. I'm going to mention this one. Cloud gaming. Because I've got the Microsoft Game Pass. And now that my Xbox died, I had been using it just for the computer part of it. Now my computer's died. I still have access to cloud gaming, which I couldn't do before. The regular wireless connection from the community center here, you can't play anything online. If it requires an online connection, no. But with the connection that I'm paying for now, I'm pointing over there, but this is my tablet here because I'm talking to my tablet's camera. I downloaded the Game Pass app for this and signed into the Game Pass on this tablet here. And the connection is good enough. What the earth was I playing? Oh yeah, I tried playing Dying Light 2. And it actually worked viably. It looked good. It played well. I did not at any point think that I was playing a cloud game. I thought I was playing a game. And that was nice. Bad part, Dying Light 2, I don't know if it's the way the tutorial system works or if it's just because my screen is, instead of a 20-inch diagonal screen that's normally 2 feet in front of my face, it's a like 9-inch diagonal, and that's not easy to read, the 9-inch diagonal, when you're used to so much bigger. And my eyes are awful, so they may have had tutorial pop-ups that I did not see. But I had to look up how to get past a tutorial section. I had to learn from a lookup online that you could press a key to kick, and you had to kick something out of the way. Because in no other way was it moving, and they did not tell you, or I did not see the tiny pop-up, that you had to press the button to kick. I was so irate, I was ready to quit. I was past ready to quit, but I was just like, I'm going to hang on. It's probably me, but good God am I pissed at this game right now. And then, after going online and figuring out you got to kick something out of the way, and then I kicked it out of the way, and then right on to the rest of the game. I do and don't like the combat. It feels more difficult. The zombies feel like they're absorbing a lot more damage and you're doing a lot less. And you used to have to pick up cards, literal cards in the game to learn moves, and there's so much that just makes me irate about it. Still interesting, but nice to know that that works. Now I gotta get a PlayStation 4 back again because I'm paying for my PlayStation when I don't have a PlayStation. Still though, it'll happen. But I wanted to mention that cloud gaming on this thing actually works. And because it's just streaming, when I'm watching videos from YouTube, this battery drains pretty quick. I have gone from like 60% charge to a like 3% charge, I think is the lowest I've gotten in a moderately short period of time. Not like half hour, but probably like 2 hours. But you'd think just watching videos doesn't take up much battery time, but no, just watching YouTube, which is primarily what I do all day anymore, it just eats up the battery. But cloud gaming, after playing Dying Light 2 for an hour, maybe, or so, when I turned off and quit the app, it gone from like maybe 60% battery to 51% battery. Not bad. I guess if you're only going to do display and nothing else, I mean, you gotta send information and all that. So, thumbs up. Anyway, though, just thought I'd mention that. Last couple things I have on here, or at least part of things. Somebody in comments asked how I stay so positive with everything that has been happening. It took a long time to get positive again after my wife died. I'm still not entirely positive because of that. I'm still dealing with that. But I consider myself now not a recovering, grieving widower, but I am a single widower now. The primary bulk of grieving is gone, but I'm going to feel sad periodically. But how do I stay positive? Answer is I have no ideas, especially since I am a negative person. I have been a negative person most of my life. And it's only been in the past, like, probably since the year 2000 or so. Well, probably when I met my wife, that I started to make a change in my personality to be a more positive person. Part of it is just trying to take a more Taoist attitude toward things. I was walking with my walker through town here, and walking in the roads is a death trap because the wheels on my walker, my front wheels, will get caught in cracks. Well, sidewalks are a death trap, the roads are normally good. But they'll get caught in cracks, and then if I can't stop in time, I will hit the thing, and then we'll both go over. Well, I hit a big old thing on the road, which was rare, and I went right over the top of it. Whole thing crashed in. I ripped up my hand, and I got bruises and stuff, and even before I hit the ground, I was laughing. Because what would getting mad help? Would it change the situation? No. Would it make it hurt less? No. Would getting mad have made me look less silly? No. Would there have been any lesser loss of dignity? No. In fact, there probably would have been more because I would have been having an angry outburst. What would getting upset do to help the situation? It doesn't. It just makes you upset. Whereas if you laugh, you can brush it off easier. So the moment I started to fall, I wanted to, because we have the circuits in our brains are two-way. When something in your brain that you see makes you smile, your brain sends signals to your face to smile. Similarly, when you smile, those same circuits light up, which tells that portion of your brain, I'm smiling, there must be something we're smiling about. And you automatically have a little bit of, oh, with your thinking. And so, if you're laughing or smiling at the bare minimum when something like that starts, you can short circuit the whole I'm getting pissed, because you're not stomping on the anger to replace it, you're jumping in before the anger can even start. And that's what I did. I laughed because that was the first time I'd ever gone over the front of my walker. That was a new experience. So I look at things that way. How does that help me when, like, my computer dies? It doesn't in that particular case, You know, there's not everything you can look at and laugh at. I am still dealing on Friday with the mental repercussions of my laptop having all these problems on what, Monday or Tuesday? I still need to go and set up a GoFundMe, because if you watched this far, I'm setting up a GoFundMe to try and get some money to save up to get a desktop type unit. So hopefully I'm going to get that set up today. I hope so. Somebody else wants me to research laptops to see what's out there. I have never even researched anything since in the past 15-20 years. So this is going to be fun. I know things have gotten better. Some laptops, I mean, with the laptop type things that you just get at Walmart for like the $200, you're just basically buying e-waste. But the ones that are actual laptops, they have good gaming laptops, good professional like video editing laptops. They've come a long way. Now for the all-in-one desktop units, that I don't know. The only thing I can base that on is stuff that I watched in videos from people within the past 5 years, it's that long ago, where they were testing a bunch of all-in-ones that they had ordered and got shipped, and they were just regularly not worth it. But even that was 5 years ago, so I don't know. So, thumbs up on that. What else was I talking about? I have no idea. So I'm going to go, oh yeah, staying positive. So what else do I do? I don't know, to be honest. Part of it, of course, is medications. I am also for an off-label use, which off-label use is just, you know, this is a medication for this thing. But medications don't just do one thing. It might be that one of the side effects of the med is a positive thing that you want. And so you are prescribed it for this, whereas the main thing does this. Now, it's still going to do this, but it also does this side thing. I take Wellbutrin. That's an antidepressant. I take it for the side use of it helps with some ADHD/ADD symptoms. Now, that's not going to change my behavior entirely, but it gives me a big boost in the positivity. I've been on antidepressants before periodically my whole life. So I'm not going to say, oh, this is all me. No, part of it is the meds. I'm getting the off-label benefit from it, but this is still happening. So that is a part of it. But the rest of it is, as I was talking about, getting upset doesn't help. It just gets stress toxins and all that going in your system, and it doesn't help. So I made a deliberate, years before I started this off-label use, I made a conscious decision to be positive and laugh. And that's the biggest thing that I've done, aside from the medications. But even before the med, that was helping. So thumbs up on that. And then the only other real thing I've got on my list here is just solo RPG stuff, because I've still been thinking of that. Because, of course, among the Hulat, with the 3 various types of subraces, with the Orkani and the Habani and the Apani, the way that they've spread out, because they all care for each other as a people, because the Orkani care about the Habani and the Apani. Then the Apani care about the Orkani and the Habani. And the Habani, of course, care about the Orkani and the Apani. So they're all looking out for each other. The Apani discovered that they were natural farmers. They just have an affinity for the living earth, for growing things, for animal husbandry. They like to farm for the sheer joy of farming, even if it did not help to keep them alive, food and all that. They would do it. The Orkani, they, with their intuitive connection with the metaphysical land and the physical land, they live in a more modified fashion because things are not as harsh down here in the more pleasant place than they were in the where they had to evolve into the people they are. They still largely practice their old ways, which is they live more in the wild, in loose tribes, in areas that are their territory, and they have tribal meetings of tribal leaders, and they live a much more out there in the wild type of life with their intuitive connection to the land. The Habani discovered they like being more urban, so they collect in settlements. But because they are who they are, and if they hadn't followed the Orkani the way they did, there never would have been any Habani. They use the skills and expertise of the Orkani to make sure that they and their settlements are in connection, proper alignment, better way, with the land, both metaphysical and physical. Because when you live somewhere, you can't help but have a negative impact. As long as you're honestly trying to mitigate your environmental impact and you do other things that are good to make up for the negative, and you've got the Orkani coming in to make sure that things are going well, collecting in urban settlements is not bad. You can do that and not harm the land, and then the land is not going to take it out on you. And then, of course, yeah, and then just the Apani, they live in those their farm settlements where they would just happily be farms for the end of time. You know, they are the kind of people that they are proud and happy that they have. I think I just accidentally spat on my screen. No, that was this stuff. I was looking at the tape on this and thinking that was like bubbles of spit on my screen. Huh. But they would happily be farmers until the end of time. They're not the kind of people that go, oh, my father's farm and his grandfather had this farm and I want to go out and make my own life. No, it's my father had this farm, my grandfather had the farm, his father before him, his father before him, his father before him, and hopefully my children will continue to farm off into the future. They don't look upon that as a bad thing. If they could farm happily where they were until the sun went out, thumbs up for that. So yeah, I'm still thinking about lots of stuff. There was one on the name, on various names, because the Apani word for home is the Nagrat in the settlement to the south. The Habani word for settlement, Tuathic, is used there, but they use the Orkani, I was going to say Ogranic, but that was the word. The Orkani have the word Ogranic, so there's different ways. And they've come up with a different town name, which was Tiamat. And this is a Habani word. Yay! Big deal, huh? Here I am, so proud of it. Oh, my nose itches. Anyway, though, if you could type in the comments, beautiful day, if you have watched this far, that would be awesome. That would let both me and the algorithm know that you have watched. I'm trying to set that down, and there's things like a pen in the way. So much for doing things without looking. So, I'm going to try and get done what I can get done in here in the cracker box. Since I did my 1.5 miles, my activity level is next to null for the rest of the day. But hopefully you can get done the things that you need to get done. That would be very cool. Definitely a thumbs up. To each of my Patreon patrons, thumbs up and thank you. You help me so much. It is quite awesome. Without your help, I would be a badly hurting monkey. And I don't like that. So thank you so very, very much. For everybody that has left me a comment, thank you. It is greatly appreciated. I wish I could answer more than I can. But I just got a tablet, and with my big old sausage fingers, without my stylus, and even with a stylus, it's not fun to type on a tablet. So I can answer even less than I would like to answer. But I appreciate and read as many of your comments as YouTube actually shows me, since it doesn't show me everything. Anyway, though, Until we meet again, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side. And that is indeed a very good thing. I don't like being stuck in my cracker box. I want to go out for like 5-mile walks. I want to walk through the woods. I want to walk through the trail down by the stream. I got all these things I want to do, like walk through the fields and make videos out there. And with my knee, I don't dare. So I hope you go out and have a great day for me. That would be very cool. You take care.